Welcome back to this week's YouTube Live and the podcast. My name is RD, and then also in the studio, JayBird from Georgia. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for summertime to be over.
Man, next week, yeah. It's going to be like 10 degrees cooler next week.
I'm hearing that, but as long as it don't bring no hurricanes with it, then I'll be good with it.
Well, I can't promise that.
Yeah.
I can promise you this week, no hurricane for us.
Yeah, I think we did this week.
The next week, yeah, well, maybe about a week and a half. I think that's going to be iffy, but you know, I do think that this cold front that's supposed to be coming this coming week may affect that other hurricane or wave. It's not technically a hurricane yet, it's a wave. So maybe that wave may change.
Yeah,
You been doing good?
Oh, yeah. I've been doing pretty good. I had a little incident with a thorn in my foot the other day, but everything's good now.
Y'all gonna do any deer hunting this year?
I'm probably going to go a couple of times. I'm not going to do much, but you know what my work schedule is. I got starting out as, actually I'm going on out of schedule Sunday, but I was just starting for September, and that's going to run to the middle of October. But I am going to get to shoot doves one day, and that's probably going to be the extent of that until probably close to the first of November.
I got you. Hey, Matt. Yeah, deer season started in our lower part of the states already. I already seen some pretty nice bucks that's been took so far. So there's some lucky people. We still got some time.
I live within 15 miles from the South Carolina line where it's actually where I can already hunt.
Right.
That is really good deer.
Yeah, right now we still can hunt mosquitoes, so you know.
Well, they are too. They might not be quite as bad, but yeah, they're hunting too.
Yeah. Again, I hope next week is a whole lot cooler. I am ready for some cooler weather because whoever says I'd rather take 90 degrees over 30 degrees, they need their head checked. Is what they need.
No, I can't. The older I get, the less I can deal with hot weather. I can't hunt them.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy, but there's some bad weather to talk about for sure. We'll get to that sometime tonight too. I hold in my hand. I've been talking about getting this done for at least 2 years. I now officially have a title to my kayak in South Carolina, so I can run a trolling motor.
No more paddling.
No more paddling. No more them younger boys that I hunt with outrunning me. Hello, Jacob. Yeah, them younger boys, you know, 6 years makes a big difference. And they got them sit on top kayaks, so you know, I'm a little bit, well, now that 2 of them's retired out of the military, they done chunked up a little bit, but my kayak may have a little bit more weight added to it, so it may have a little bit of slowness to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they usually leave me. And the only thing I can see in the middle of at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is the little lights blinking. But not this year. No, sir. This year, trolling motor.
What kind of battery do y'all run when y'all do the trolling motors and those like that? Do y'all run a small one like what we use on the skeet throwers that we got, or do y'all use a bigger 12-volt battery?
Just a regular car cranking battery.
Y'all try to keep it small, that way you didn't have a whole lot of weight to your boat?
Yeah, and I got and it's over there. I got a lithium, which a lot of them bass boat people are now using lithiums. But two things with lithium: one good thing and two iffy things. So the one thing, super lightweight. That battery over there, I bet you only weighs like 5 pounds. I mean, it is unreal how light it is. But the problem is with them lithiums, you have to have special chargers for them. Like you can't
Yeah,
use
that's what
your regular charger.
I was gonna say. I didn't think you used the rest of
Yeah, and then lithiums are kind of like the Teslas. People complain about how bad they are in the wintertime, and when are we using them? December, January, when it's super cold, and I just don't know how it's going to. I don't know. I'm taking a regular uh, marine cranking battery. It literally come out my boat. I had a couple of batteries in my pontoon, so I took one out. But yeah, that's what I plan to use. I just would be afraid how that lithium would hold up. Like the amps pulling on it, and at 30 degrees.
no more than it weighs. You could always take it with you and
Mm-hmm.
try. And, if it hold up, like it's hold like that, you just always switch batteries.
Right,
That'd
and
be
I watched a lot of videos on them lithium, especially people that's doing like off the grid solar stuff. Uh, Most of their batteries are inside. And one thing about a lithium battery, you could charge that inside and it not put off any gases. A regular cranking battery that's acid, when they charge, they put off a gas. So lithium would be better for, on the grids inside activity. And plus, they have controllers. And what I was watching was you got to be watching when it gets low. Like, there is no cutoff. Like, if you take it down too low, you could really damage that battery. And the way that this battery is, it actually has like a network cable hooked to it that it can monitor all the cells and balance them. And I'm like, man, I don't know. Kind of iffy on that. It might be a summertime test thing first. But this
oh,
year, I'm going with the old faithful trolling motor and a regular cranking battery.
you gonna you gonna put the bracket and all that on it like most of them putting them on now.
Absolutely redneck style with 2x4s.
You gonna use the I got a guy that works for me that's got a creek boat. I don't know if you've ever seen one.
Right, yes. So I was looking at them creek boats, like really looking at them. And Matthew, who's commenting, I'll let him comment. I'm pretty sure the brand that he bought was, he just got one off of Facebook Marketplace, and I'm pretty sure it was the Creek Boat brand.
So
They're really nice.
the guy that I actually bought my stover from last year, was that last year or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 weeks.
I can't remember. I'm assuming it's already over and done with now, but he was in the process when I got those stover from him of buying. He was in the process of buying that stuff. And but a guy I work with, he's got one, and it will really surprise you how fast that solar motor will move. So I think it's rated. It gives you the foot-pound of thrust, I think, but I think if you count, it's like a 2 horsepower or something like that. And I think we'll get across the water now.
Yeah, and I got to pull it up right here. So let me show you that. So here's the Creek Boats website, and the M80 and the M98 is more set up for waterfowl hunters, where these over here are more for fishing and creeks. I really looked at them because this company that makes them is out of North Carolina, not too far from Charlotte. So I mean, technically, you could ride up there and pick out your boat. The M80 has a max capacity of 300 pounds, which, I may or may not be pushing that once I got my gun and decoy and stuff like that. But it has a gun rack in it. My only concern was how heavy it would be versus my kayak. It says it only weighs 36 pounds.
Uh, I'm gonna tell you it's a little heavier than that.
Yeah, I would imagine it probably would be once you put everything in it. And then the 98 model was the one that I was actually looking at more closer to me before I got my kayak. And this one was 44 pounds with a capacity of 325. But it has on the back the transom mount. And you can get it with all different other stuff here. But you can see right there the rear transom mount for that. Which I don't know if you can see it. I think are you looking at the deer camera?
No.
On your end? Okay. It's new software. Matt says Creek Boat one man only test drove it, regular 12-volt battery. He says it's super light, so I don't know which model he has. I don't know if it's the M10 or the M11.
Yeah.
I think the M10 is 10 foot, 11 is 11 foot, obviously, and then the 12 is 12 foot, and then that becomes a two-person boat. The M12 model, it has the foot controls that can control a trolling motor in the back, and it has the built-in variable control. Yeah.
That's what the guy that I work with, that's what he's got. He's supposed to be actually getting with me. Sometime, I don't know, sometime in the near future, he wants me to do the camo on the sides and camo on the live with it. But he got his camera set up too, but he ain't gonna.
Well, since he's got this one, I know that it's going to be featured in some videos this year because obviously we do a lot of hunting together. So it's going to be really great to compare this creek boat to my Ascend H because they're both kind of like a canoe but flat bottom, and that's what that shows right there, a flat bottom making it like a kayak style. And we definitely could compare them two this year. So if he hurry up and go get it registered, I mean, the boy works in Columbia. I mean, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to go get his registration. You can get the paperwork off of South Carolina DNR's website for a boat. I'm going to pull that up. Let's see, boating. While we're on this page, there is, if anybody's buying a boat, especially you don't know the person, they definitely changed the way the stickers work in South Carolina. It now goes every year. It used to be every 3 years. And just because they had a sticker that had a date on it, didn't mean the person paid their taxes on it. You can come here and you can go to somewhere on this page. Let's see. There's a place where you can check. Of course, I can't find it when I'm looking for it. Get the facts before you buy it. There you go, right there. And it's going to tell you, hey, you can't be searching up people, blah, 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 stuff like that. You can put in the whole number or the serial number or a motor, and you can search on it. And you can see if the person's paid their taxes and if they're paid their sticker. Because let's just say Jay, he's from South Carolina, which he ain't. He's from Georgia. But if he was from South Carolina and he hasn't paid his taxes, and I go down there and I buy his boat, when I go to register it, I'm going to walk in with the title, and I'm going to be like, I bought this boat from Jay, and here you go. And that woman's going to look at you and be like, well, Jay didn't pay his taxes in the last 3 years. Well, you know who's got to pay them taxes? You do, the new owner. It ain't on him. So on the back of this, on the back here, a lot of people don't know that, especially boats. Boats are different than cars. It literally says on here, if you sell your boat, you have to notify DNR in 30 days. So there's a website that you can go and check, make sure that there's nothing before you buy a boat or motor in South Carolina, because I'm fair warning you, there's many people that's been bit by that right there.
One way to do y'all is y'all have to have a sticker on your boat and on your motor.
Correct.
In Georgia, you don't have to do that. You just have to have it on your boat.
Yeah, and North Carolina is totally different. I really wish one day that boating would be kind of like a car DMV kind of deal, because every state is different. Uh, it's so hard to transfer titles back and forth, and I don't know if my other buddy's watching. He might be, but he bought a boat motor in Georgia. I think the Callan was upgraded. It might have said it was a 300, but it actually was a 250. So when he brought it over to South Carolina, he had a Georgia title. The Georgia title said 300 horsepower, and when he pulled it into South Carolina, they were like, "This is a 250," and he was like, "What?" There was a whole back and forth, but and the woman was like, "What do you want to title it as?" And he was like, "What do you mean? What I want to title it as?" So I mean, there's like some really weird stuff with boats. So if you buying a boat,
that aluminum boat that I've got set up that I go hunt, just where I go sometimes, I got it set up with a 15 horse and all that stuff. And it's a small 14-foot John boat, but it had never been registered. It's a 1974 aluminum craft that had never been registered. And so when I got ready to do something with it, I completely stripped paint, everything. I tore the boat all the way down to nothing, started over with. Well, when I got ready to register it, which is what I should have done to start with, I actually had to have a game warden come and inspect the boat before I could register the boat, because it was so old and had never been registered.
Wow.
It was an ordeal. It wasn't that bad, but I mean, it wasn't like go register it and it's yours and everything's done with it. It wasn't nothing like that.
Right. And that was leading up to what I was looking for. I was looking for this paper. I know it's online here. The paper that you fill out. I was really wishing I could find it. It's an application. I think this might be it. Here you go. All right, so this is what you would see at South Carolina. And if you want to do a kayak, this is how I did it. So you can download this paper, you can fill it out, you can put a legal check in it, and you can mail it off, and it may come back. It may come back to you in a check because you didn't dot the T's and cross the I's. Now I said that backwards. Dot the I's and cross the T's. Or it could come back with a sticker. I chose that I'm going to go down to the state and do it correctly. I had the day off. I am going to go down there, and if any questions or if I didn't fill out the paperwork just right, I could throw that piece of paper away and start over. So I filled out this section right here where it says, what kind of boat is it? Obviously, I put in the boat. I had the hull number because it's stamped on the kayak. What confused me was when you register in the boat, what is it? Well, I think it should fall over here near the rowboat. And then it's like, well, what kind of engine got on it? Well, it don't have nothing on it. But I want a trolling motor, so do I put electric? Or, that's very confusing because you're trying to fill it out properly. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go down there. And I'm glad I did, because they needed pictures of the boat, the front, the side, the inside, the back. They needed a picture of the hull, and it had to be emailed to them so they could attach it to this document. because, like you said, it was never registered before, and it probably didn't take 10 minutes. And I took the kayak with me because I was like, I'm going all the way to Columbia, which is only like an hour, but I'm like, I'm going all the way. If something comes up, I'll have it. They can look at it, whatever. It ain't like it's going to cost me a lot of money to throw a kayak in the back of the truck. So I took it with me, and that way I was able to actually go take the photos because I didn't know I needed front, back, inside, and everything else pictures. So in
Did that for me when he done mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. And then basically, I thought that's what they would do too. I thought they would go out there and, look at it, but they didn't. They just went by my photos, which, I mean, clearly all the man had to do was look out the window. He saw it in the truck out there. But $20. $20. I got the title. I got the paper that I can actually use it before my paperwork comes in the mail, and I got to put stickers on the side. So that's gonna be a big upgrade for the kayak this year. I ain't even gonna I ain't even gonna lie. Like probably I would say 50% of the places we go, a trolling motor ain't a big deal. I mean, like it's not that big of a deal. There are some places we go where the tide is you're going against the tide's going out when you're trying to go to the spot, and that current, I ain't gonna lie, it whoops my butt, and especially like my shoulders, especially early season I'll feel it in the next couple of days. Now later on, it kind of gets in the, yeah, we're going hunting, plus when it's cold out there your muscles don't move as easy either for us older folks. But yeah, I finally done it. I talked about it for at least 2 years, and I said, "Dang it, I'm going."
I
So
heard that.
that is checked off the list. I like to always look up what goes on, like in today's like history. And I knew you were coming on, so I thought this was pretty interesting. Let me zoom back out. Did you know that August the 20th, which is today's date, in 1864, outside of Atlanta, uh, the Battle of Lovejoy Station, it was part of the American Civil War that went on today. In a brief, did you know history of Georgia?
Did not know that.
Do you know where Love, Georgia is? Lovejoy?
No,
Lovejoy is outside of Atlanta.
can't say that I do. Is it
Yeah.
close to I?
Look like Road 41.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't know.
it looks pretty,
Pretty good sized town.
Yeah, they got a reservoir over there. Wonder if we got any ducks in it.
I'm probably. What is it? Can you read it through what reservoir it is?
Let's see, what is this? Lake
Okay.
Shamrock.
Wait. Okay. Okay.
Shamrock Road. But that's Lovejoy. I might have said Lake Joy earlier, but I meant Lovejoy. But it's between Jonesboro and Hampton.
Okay. That's close to the race, right?
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty interesting. The Battle of Lovejoy Station. I always like learning about different history.
I
It was
like doing stuff, but the regular history I took in school, I was bored out of my mind.
yeah. I think life hits different when you get older too. You definitely pick up on different stuff, and things hit different too. So the key point of the battle was a point of the railroad in Clayton County, Georgia.
I definitely was that. I know what place now.
Yeah. I mean, you would think, you throw around the idea of 1864 and talking about a battle of Atlanta. Like, how many people were in Atlanta in 1864?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I mean, American Civil War. I mean, that's a long time ago. Let's see what else. There was the Great Fire also happened in 1910 on this day. It was one of the largest wildfires in U.S. history. Uh, it ignited across Washington, Idaho, and Montana, consuming roughly 3 million acres and claiming at least 85 lives. Many of them are firefighters. That's crazy that in 1910. You been keeping up with any football?
I've been watching some preseason stuff. Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? I know the first weekend, some really good games that first weekend.
Yeah, the Panthers done exactly what I thought they were going to do. They look like last year's Panthers. Now, granted, I know that most of these preseason football games is the ones that they're going to be getting rid of. These are like third and fourth string football players. You know, a lot of times the fourth string gets cut, but man, the Panthers don't look good.
I quit watching pro football years and years ago. I just love college. I always loved college.
Yeah, and I typically I'm super stoked for college football because that's mostly what I watch is college football, and the first game kicks off this weekend Saturday. It's going to be in Ireland. It's going to be Iowa State and Kansas State.
Oh, that's probably a pretty good game.
It probably will be. It's going to be at 12 o'clock on ESPN, and then next weekend, the 28th through the 31st, is when all the big names start up. You got one that's going to be really good. The Texas and Ohio should be pretty good. Alabama and Florida State, LSU versus Clemson. I mean, that's a pretty big game straight out of the hole for Clemson. I mean, too bad they're going to lose.
I think there was a lot of people that was upset that LSU didn't make top 10.
Yeah. You got Notre Dame and Miami and then TCU and North Carolina. So that's going to be pretty good. I'm glad. I really enjoy college football. It's going to be very interesting to see what rules they change because I ain't read none of the rules, which I didn't even know until they started playing the preseason that they done away with the chains in professional football. They're using that electronic digital football measuring for first downs. The chains are on the sideline if they have to come out, but they're doing some kind of 3-point measuring now that they're not even using chains.
Really, I bet polls and all that kind of stuff and see who's claiming this quarterback will start and all that. But the other thing I've been watching is that little baseball team down there in Irmo, South Carolina. They bringing it pretty hard this year. I don't know if you've watched any of it, but got it going on.
Really, there's some good teams come out of South Carolina, especially. You know, we have some good players that come out of South Carolina, just all across the, like, sports in general. York County, oh my gosh, how many good football players come out of York County? Baseball is pretty good. There's a lot of big names come out of South Carolina. But this year,
Little League baseball team, they showing up now.
Well, we know who's going to show up this year. Them Gamecocks are showing up this year.
That's probably the only difference that me and you have between each other.
Well, I mean, you do have to pull for them Georgia dogs.
Mm-hmm.
This year, them Carolina going to put them Georgia dogs on the porch.
I'm really interested to see how we're going to live with the new quarterback. Which, I mean, he is in Yank, so we'll see how that.
You know, I can't think of his name. I know it starts with a B. Uh, I want to say Bellin something. Professional coach who's now come to college football. Um, yes. I want to see how he's going to do.
Yeah, he's with
North
North Carolina.
Carolina? Yep. I think it's North Carolina State, ain't it?
Yeah, I think it's NC State. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think there's a mighty young team too, so we shall see. Um, we get early goose season September the 1st for us, so I mean, how many days is that? Let's see. That's got to be like, how many days is it between here and September 1st?
It ain't many.
It's
12 days. We got 12 days before goose season starts and dove season. When's y'all dove season start?
September it's the first day. September
Labor Day. Ours starts.
Labor Day's on the first, ain't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's when dove season start for us for Labor Day too. So
Our September 30.
so we got like it's 20 days to early till, so September the 20th, so 20 days plus 12, so like 32 days before early till season here in South Carolina, which will have an effect on our season. And this is where I was going to talk about the weather, because we did mention it at the very beginning. Uh, right here. So this is our current situation, and man, Georgia and Alabama and Mississippi sure is getting a lot of rain right now. And our prayers go out to the people in the Outer Banks and up in Virginia, because the Outer Banks are getting some massive waves right now. But um, this hurricane is just going to spin out here and go on up, and then get on out of the way. Next week, if you wasn't here when we started talking earlier, cool front's going to come down, and it's supposed to be like fall next week, like 70s and 80s. I can't wait. But the two things that concern me are these three things right here. And they call them waves. They come off of South Africa in a wave. And then they turn into a tropical storm, depression, hurricane. Or they could be just like this one over here that was a hurricane. I want to say Hurricane 1, but that ain't it. And that ain't the stage. It was a 1, and it went straight to like a 5, like overnight. Crazy intensity. But these three right here, especially this one, could affect our till season. Because you're talking about it takes about a week and a half for them to get from here to the coast of South Carolina. And typically, our birds are on the coast. So, man, last year when me and a couple boys went, it was awesome. I mean, awesome. Like, I thought if this was the way the season was going to begin, it was going to be the best season ever, which it was pretty good. But it wasn't. It did not start. It did not end the way it started. But that last weekend of teal season, me and Matt went down there. It was right after the hurricane just come through Georgia. It was just got done hitting the North Carolina mountains when we left that morning, and once we got down to like Bamberg, I can't even think. Starts with O. Outside of Orangeburg, man, a long day, man. Some days I forget, like, what are you talking about? But Orangeburg, there was no power. It was out. Like, everything was black. We get down towards the coast. There was trees everywhere. check that out. This is why I got that camera on. I ain't getting sidetracked, but just a moment. There's a big old doe out there eating. Beforehand tonight, there was one that came on camera real close when the regular vision was on. It's in nighttime mode now. But that one earlier, it was a pretty nice sized doe. We'll keep an eye on her. There's some lettuces and cabbage and stuff out there. I think that's what she was sniffing at. I need to get another salt block because the salt block that I had out there is gone. Like they have been tearing that salt block up. So I need to get that out there to get them to replace some nutrients and stuff that they're looking for. So she just fell off the side of the camera there. But back to the storm there. We got down to the coast. There was no power. We almost couldn't even get to the landing. It was crazy. And I'm telling you, there was birds everywhere. I don't know if when it came up through Florida, if they couldn't, they didn't want to move. I don't know if it stirred up birds, but it was amazing.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. It was running birds back up.
Right, and the teal are always here today, gone tomorrow kind of birds anyway. So we were really happy. So we definitely going to be watching this weather. Like I said, we're 12 days out of goose season and then about 30 days out of teal season. So one of these waves is going to be is going to be dealing something. Is it going to be rain? Is it going to be, really hot? I don't know, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on these two. And it's crazy how duck hunters and hunters in general have watched the weather so much because weather moves the animals so much that we're thinking 30 days out and we're looking over here on the coast of Africa on what's going to affect us. Which the next couple of days here in the south is some pretty bad weather. So anybody in that area, Atlanta right now is getting hammered pretty bad.
From Atlanta back towards Memphis, I think that little lane through right through hammered pretty hard.
Yeah, it's coming down in Atlanta. I mean, there's definitely some dark purple. Birmingham's pretty bad. Yeah, so there's definitely some stuff going on. Oh, look over here in Monroe, Louisiana. Oh, wow. Most of them look like flash flooding and bad thunderstorms, but there ain't no ruling out on that. So if y'all in any of them areas, y'all need to take cover. And now's the time to be prepared. I saw earlier today that the people of the Outer Banks there was so much traffic that the people were walking the beach to leave. Yeah, so I'm like we look at it here, we see this out here. It ain't like, oh my God, where did that come from? How did that sneak up on us? Like a tornado. A storm over here, boom, tornado warning, bam, it's on top of us. These hurricanes are way out here. We have plenty of time to prepare, and sadly, some of us, probably men, hard-headed, it's not going to hit us. When they were originally predicting this one, it was supposed to be turned way back here, and then it went a little bit west, and a little bit west, a little bit west. Now it's hitting Outer Banks. Now ain't the time to start getting prepared. So get your stuff ready because you never know when there's going to be an outage of power or anything else. So
yeah, we had that hurricane come almost right dead over the top of us last year. We're in a part of Georgia we don't have to deal with stuff like that. We don't live. I mean, we're not that far from the coast, probably 100 miles, if that far. But we had everything set up. We had gas, we had water, we had food to cook on the grills and all that. And I had a generator set up so I could run stuff in the house. But there's only one problem with that. You got to make sure that generator will crank up.
Yeah.
If it don't crank up, it ain't worth nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just a boat out there.
Yep.
We suffered through that one for it went out on Friday to following Thursday. We was out almost a full week.
And see,
And there
that's
was
what.
a lot of people that live around here that I work with, like a little north of here, a little west of us, that really caught the bad part of it. And some of those people were out from. I have one guy that works with me that lost power, I think the last day of September. They didn't get power back to November 1st. They were out a whole month.
Dang. And you think that's just Georgia, and out in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, I mean, it ain't like it was the North Carolina where the whole half of the mountain just disappeared. But when we went to Memphis, 2 weeks ago for the Ducks Unlimited Expo, which was amazing, uh, when we went through Georgia, down the interstate, them trees are still a disaster down there. I mean, they just pushed them over and they still there. I mean, you can still see where that hurricane went through Georgia.
Yeah, they got. I don't know if all the interstates in Georgia are like this or not. I mean, the only one I can actually vouch for is I-16 in Georgia. But we had a hurricane in. It was in the early 2000s. I don't even remember the name of it, but it came up and did a lot of damage to Tybee, Savannah, Hilton Head, Charleston, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in Georgia world, they put up gates. So if you want to go south on the interstate, or I guess that would be anyway. If you was on 16, let's say in Macon, and you was wanting to go towards Savannah, what they did on the interstates on 16 was they put gates up on the on ramps and the off ramps.
Mm-hmm.
They can have both sides of the interstate coming north. They don't have to. That way they can get people. They can evacuate people.
And them
So
gates are still there.
they left them there.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you was in, let's say, right outside of Statesboro or somewhere like that, and you was wanting to go towards Savannah, and that happened, they closed those gates. You can't go that direction.
Mm-hmm.
They all lanes, both sides of the interstate, are going to be coming north or west, whichever one.
Yeah.
But I guess that would be west because that's an east number. But it's I don't know how people in Louisiana. My hat's off to y'all because I do not know how y'all deal with that. We usually have to deal with a power outage from a bad storm, maybe once every blue moon from a ice storm or some snow or something like that. But that's it. Those people deal with that constantly. I mean, it's like I do not know. I guess I've gotten spoiled with air conditioning, but when you take me out of air conditioning, I'm going to deal with it.
I agree. I love my air conditioning too. Yeah. Yeah. Now's the time to prepare for it. I really want to get like a whole house generator, but I mean that transfer switch is so expensive to do it the correct way. And people can do it. They make a device that goes in your breaker and you pull it down and you flip the breaker and it prevents the back feed. You can do it manually, but my thinking is, I really wish I could afford it. Hey, I kick the bucket. My wife ain't gonna be able to go out there. Well, do you pull down this way, slide it over, and then pull a generator and plug it? I really would like to just have one that would be on natural gas and it just automatically crank up. But like you said, it goes out once in a blue moon and it's usually right back on. So I mean, it's like hard to justify.
Yeah, well, we've been here at this house since 2010, and when we bought the house, I really wanted to put a generator system on it.
Yeah.
And we just so in 17, I think 16 or 17, we had a real bad ice storm. We was out of power for 4 or 5 days. And I asked my wife, think about that Generac system now. She's like, just don't even bring it. One day in the next couple of days, me and you'll talk on the phone. I have come across something that is completely battery fed.
Really?
That, yeah. Me and you will talk in the next couple of days. It's a pretty neat deal. I've been checking into it pretty good. It's not as high as a Generac system. It's completely battery, and you can charge it with solar, and you can charge it with a generator. But the difference in is you can actually charge this one while you're using this. So, but like I said, me and you'll talk in the next.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah.
It's pretty neat. I was pretty impressed with it.
Speaking of Georgia, since you're from Georgia, guess what I got in the mail today? Well, actually, I got it yesterday from a place in Georgia. They were round. Going in the end of the barrel.
More chokes.
Yeah, I got me some chokes in the mail. I got 5 brand new chokes for retail. Don't have the retail yet, but so if you don't know, I talked about it previously after coming back from the Ducks Unlimited Expo, where I got to work the retail booth. Retail came out with the new Ace and the new Ace R, and the Ace R is like a mid hump, and I truly love that.
Like a brown.
Yeah, like a brown and silver. Yeah, it's not as big as the humpbacks, but since they're brand new, they're on string back orders. Like there's a handful. Well, I'm gonna say there's more than a handful. There's a lot of people that have them, but the back order is so long that everybody can't get them in the stores yet. They are in. They are shipping out. They're going to the retailers, so you should start seeing them in the stores real soon. And I should have mine also real soon. So I went ahead and got the chokes. They are here. I got some new ammo to be shooting in them, so I can't wait to get that in. But if you're looking for a retail and a 20 gauge and one of your favorite colors, bottomland, you're going to be on it a little bit longer of a backlog. Yeah, everybody likes some bottomland, man. I'm over here like, show me the marsh patterns. You looking around, you can't be showing nothing like that. I saw the twitch in your eye.
I got a few things in here.
But yeah, them's gonna be coming. Y'all gonna start seeing a bunch of the retail Aces and the Ace R's in the store, and I wanted to go ahead and have the chokes in place. That way, as soon as it gets here, I can show videos of assembling it, shooting. Couple of shorts that I made, they're just shorts on YouTube, are 4 different steel shells that I'm going to be shooting as soon as they get here. I'm probably going to shoot some this coming weekend in the Maxes too, comparing them. But I got 4 different types of steel. Me personally, it hurts. It feels like blasphemy coming out saying steel. Like it hurts me to say I may be shooting steel this year. Like I'm always the bismuth.
You have to stay still.
Yeah, because I have to stay still. That's right. It ain't because I want to stay still. It's because we have to. Bismuth has been my go-to shell for the past, I don't know, at least 3 years, maybe 4 years. I know the past 3 years I ain't been shooting nothing but bismuth. And, yeah.
Well, you
can't get it. Like bismuth, as soon as the tariff started, they said, nope, we ain't shipping no bismuth. And it completely just stopped. And unless you want to pay 6 arms and 12 legs for bismuth right now, there's pretty much nobody gonna get it now. People gonna say, well, you still can get bismuth. You can go to the big box store and I can't even think of the box. I know it's yellow and it's golden something. Is that Frankie? Frenchies, whatever. In the yellow, it's golden something. They still sell it, but the problem was they bought so much quantity to make shotgun shells that they got inventory. But once that inventory is gone, there ain't gonna be no bismuth. So you got two choices: steel or TSS. Now, Boss is supposedly coming out with some new copper, but right now they ain't even producing it. So right now, all you got is steel and TSS, and TSS jumped in price also. So you're not going to be shooting straight TSS. You're going to be shooting some kind of duplex. So
I shot that last year. I was pretty tickled with it, but
I was too. Yeah,
real,
mine was number 9 TSS with number 3 steel, and I had good success. Now the only side with mine was it was 2 3/4, and late season, as in January, I wish I had a little bit more pellets, like 3-inch, that I could have had a little bit more TSS for the longer shots. And most of them are passing shots in South Carolina. Our wood ducks at January are not decoying. They are just passing you. I mean, it's just literally passing shots. I mean,
I
it is.
shot 2 3/4 1-ounce loads last year, and I shot 3/4 ounce TSS and a 1/4 ounce steel. Number number 4s, I think. I think it's number 4.
Yeah.
I
So,
shot divers with it. I mean, I think it did pretty good job.
yeah, divers are my favorite birds. But them things are, man, they're tanks. I mean, they're literally tanks. But yeah, so this year so far I got 4 new shells that I'm gonna be patterning. If you watch the YouTube short, you can see them. It's Salt Creek's brand new steel. Now, all 4 of these are totally different. They're all 3-inch and they're all steel, but the difference is the feet per second. Uh, Keith from Salt Creek, his new shell, he's all about the speed and way steel works is because it's so heavy. They say the faster that you get that to come out at like 50 yards and 60 yards, the faster it is to slow down. So they saying if it's super fast coming out, it's going to be super slow by the time it gets out there. And I'm not talking 10, 20 yards here. I'm not talking the timbers. I'm talking to the rest of us in like the South where birds really don't decoy. Uh, the faster it comes out that muzzle, the faster it's going to slow down. So his process of taking the molar choke approach is keep it slow and steady. So his is around 1250, 1300. I don't have the box because if I show the box, then YouTube and Facebook gets mad about it. But Salt Creek's brand new triple curl steel, I got that, and it is a awesome looking box. I mean, really cool looking box. So it's going to be the slowest, and then I got Remington steel load, which came from Cabela's, I think. And then I got Academy's cheap steel, which is no bail, which is, I had to go look it up, and I think it was the fastest. I think it was like at 1,500 feet per second. And then the last one I got is Migris. This is the 24 Hunt 24/7 edition. It's a stack load. I personally have not had. So what?
2s and 4s.
Yeah, it's 2s and 4s. Still duplex. stack load. Well, I said duplex. It's a stack load. It's not a duplex because duplex is mostly with steel and TSS. But stack load, uh, I don't know. Uh, let's take it back 4 years ago. My grill was made hand loaded in South Carolina, right outside of Charleston, Bluffton, somewhere down that way. Uh, and they blew up. I'm talking about like blew up. Everybody was migrant. I mean, it was, and they are still a big name. Uh, and then the boxes started saying made in China. Made in Canada. And that's when people was like, man, they jam, they don't shoot, stuff like that. When they came out with this 24/7, it was a whole redesign. I don't know. I don't know if it's a different primer, powder. I don't know, but I know the box. Say that again.
A different one.
Yeah, there's a whole different stuff on it. Hey, Jeff. But yeah, it's completely different per the box. And now the box says made in the United States again. So, be interesting to see how that is. And their box was like up there in the feet per second too. So, we're going to see. I can't wait. Like I said, I don't have the retail in yet. So, I'm going to be doing them out of the Browning. And then as soon as the retail gets here, I will have them videos too. So, in the next couple weeks, there's going to be a lot of videos coming out, patterning, all kind of stuff, getting prepared for deer season and waterfowl season. This past weekend, this video came out, which was the Real Stock Pro virtual controller. Awesome game. I've just finished up the second video, which will come out this weekend, of me actually playing the game. You can see the clay hunting, the duck hunting, all that virtual, no ammo wasted, and it's really cool. Like, really cool. The one thing that I really like about it is my son's young. Jay, you met my son. He's a little one, a little runt. Well, he can go shoot skeet with me. Take him out there with the 20 gauge and any of the skeet that's coming at him. You know, eventually it's going to come to like almost a stop before it starts dropping, and he can bust them. Well, he can't do nothing with the side ones. Well, heck, I missed them myself. So with this game, I don't have to worry about that 20 gauge kicking him, putting a bruise on his shoulder, but you know, he can only shoot about a box of 20 gauge and the arm hurts. With this right here, hey,
Right.
for one, it's virtual. He's already in the virtual headset game, loving them. Now it's a game, so it makes it more fun, and it don't kick. And now as soon as you pull that trigger, it's going to show you a target. It's going to show you where the clay pigeon was, and it's going to show you where you missed. It's either going to tell you were behind it, in front of it, backwards, whatever, and you know, it's a teaching experience for him, so he can really learn how to shoot. So it's good for him. So we're getting prepared for this waterfowl season. Jeff says 16 days until teal season. I'm going to shoot some Kent teal steel this season. Yeah, Jeff. What did I say? About 12 days, I think it was, for early goose for us, and then about 30 days for early teal. So if no teal shows up this year, and you shot them all, Jeff, I'm gonna be mad. I'm just gonna put it out there. If no teal make it to South Carolina because you took them out, you know, he's saying that teal season's starting in 16 days for him, and that cold front's coming. That could be a good combination for him. Or that cool front's gonna be too early.
Like that's coming in September 1st, I think.
Yeah, so
Let me know how it goes.
yeah, we'll know how that is. Yeah, last week I didn't do a YouTube live last week. My buddy's son was getting baptized at the river, and I wasn't gonna miss that. So
More important.
yeah, definitely more important. So if y'all came last week looking and wondered where I was down there at Watery. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Hey, check that out. The looked like the doe's back. She come back. She was pretty skittish earlier. See if she eats that lettuce, or I can't remember if that was lettuce or cabbage. Something out of the garden. She's looking for that salt block because that salt block was right there. Sniffing around. I really enjoy that camera. Like being out there. Like during the daytime, which you can't hear it now, but it does have live sound. If you were watching it on YouTube Live. Yeah, she didn't care nothing but for that cabbage. I thought for sure. I thought for sure, being green as it is. Oh, she coming back. Yeah. Yeah, I guarantee you they looking for that salt block. I guess I better pick one up tomorrow and put back out there.
Yeah, it's the best though.
Yeah, because it was that, a salt block and a mineral block side by side right there where she's sniffing around. But yeah, I ain't seen no big butts on there yet though. Look, it's digging it up, digging right where it was at. You know, you at least seeing this, you could see how nature interacts and how they actually move around at nighttime. Which now with these new cameras like the one you bought, hey, you can get live streaming to them at all the time.
Pretty big with that thing too.
So
I mean, Arkansas this year, but we'll see.
when are y'all going to Arkansas? When does that start?
So their season starts. I think it's November the. I can't remember. It's like right there at Thanksgiving, and then it goes out for like a week, comes back in, stays in a week, and then it goes out. I think it's the 23rd, 24th, 25th. I think it's when it goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it comes to the 27th, I think it stays in all the way to January 1st.
So this year y'all went together and bought or rented
Wow.
a blind, but what is it, like a shipping container, like a pit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that the whole year y'all get that for the whole year, right? And pretty much y'all can go at any time.
Okay. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal. I got some stuff in today for it.
I know you were getting a big collection of duck decoys.
I got 2 of these in from Roger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how good.
Yeah, I can see it. How long you think it'll hold up?
I don't know. It swears 7 hours, but we'll see.
You think you gonna have to bring that back with you stuff, or you think you gonna set up some kind of like solar panel? I lost him. I wonder if somebody called him. There you go. I lost you there for a minute. Did somebody call you?
No, it wasn't me. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, you froze up there for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see, but no, we'll have to bring. When we come out, we'll have to bring it out with us, charge it every day we use it.
And how many people did y'all get to go in on that? Was it 8 or 10? 7. That's a pretty good deal. So how long does it take you to how long is it supposed to take you to get there?
If you look on Google and do it that way, it says nine, 9 hours and 15 minutes, 9 hours 45 minutes, something like that. I can't remember, but I'm figuring 11 or 12 hours.
Yeah, but you still what 2.5, 3 hours from Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm about 2.5 hours from
Yeah.
Atlanta.
So I mean, that's still you still got to drive up pretty much a good bit across Georgia.
Yeah, I think me and a couple of guys that we at work talked about the way we was going to go. I think the way we're going to go is we'll have to end up going into Atlanta, but I don't think we're going to go into Tennessee at all. I think we're going to stay on the interstate, go into the top Alabama, and go right straight into Arkansas and try to do it that way.
Jeff says that his the pond is flooded and smartweed is everywhere in it, and he said his pulsator is 4 years and still going strong.
Yeah, that's what I probably should have bought was a Higgins. I bought these.
Mm-hmm.
These are, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how they are on a budget. We'll see. I hope they do good.
Cause you bought a bunch of decoys already, and then I gave you what, a dozen?
I got so many decoys. I don't know how many decoys.
Well, I would ask how much the pit cost, but we're not gonna get in that because your wife might go back and watch it, and that's undisclosed financial planning.
That kind of money she knows.
But we talked about it before. It's not that bad divided up against 7 people, and
If I went to Real Foot this year, which is usually every couple of years we go up there, but if I went to Real Foot this year and I hunted one hunt, stayed at a lodge, and I had to eat stuff like that, which I'm gonna have to do that doing this too.
mm-hmm.
But if I just did one hunt and that was it, I would be cheaper than what it cost me to lease the blind.
Yeah.
If I hunt, I've saved myself money. A pretty good.
I would imagine y'all gonna get out there more than 2 times.
I'm gonna try to go a minimum of twice. But I mean, I would love to go. I would love to go 4 or 5 times, but I'm sure that's not gonna happen in this day and age. You can't do
that. Just said we don't talk about how much. How much was it? It was free 50. Free 50. Yeah.
It turned out to be, now, don't get me wrong, the one that we got, like I said, if I go on 2 hunts, I'll be saving myself money because I couldn't go to Real Foot twice for what it's going to cost me to go up, to lease the blind.
Right.
But if you have available funds and you want to spend whatever you want to, this guy has one blind that's in Denver in Arkansas, but 35.
For what? How much?
35,000.
Would he take a check? I could write him a check. I mean, if he takes a check, I can get one of them big old checks too. I'll send it to him in big check format.
And I was like, man, I just can't fathom having the resources that you could justify renting a timberhole blind for 35,000. I can't.
Nah.
That doesn't register with me.
No, it don't. I don't have that kind of money neither. But like you said too, though, 35,000 divided by 10, 10 rich hunting people. That's still a lot more. That's still more than we got. But if it's a honey hole,
not nothing I'm talking about.
Right, and it ain't just. A lot of people are like, man, that's a lot of money. There's probably a lot of flooding in the back. That's a lot of wells running. That's a lot of management of land. So, nah, Jeff, I ain't getting him in trouble. He said, spill the beans. No, we ain't talking about that. But yeah, I mean, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the property, the property taxes, all the management that goes into it, because if he wasn't putting the time into it to have birds there, it wouldn't be worth $35,000. It'd be $3,000. Yeah. And you know, one of the guys we watch a lot is Joel from Surviving Duck Season, and now he's managing this great big uh, plantation that, hey, if I died today, I wouldn't have enough insurance money to hunt with them guys for 1 year where this plantation is. It's right off of like Mississippi or something, river or something.
All bridge duck club. I think it's on the wire.
Yeah, I mean massive, and they got this new lodge. If you're interested, look it up on YouTube. Probably anybody listening to this channel probably could not afford to hunt there.
Yeah, it's I looked it up. One day last week, me and another guy at work was talking about it. We looked it up, and I'm not even going to tell you what the annual membership is. I'm just
Yeah,
going to let you.
I'll look it up, see if they got it on the website, because I think it was, and they were taking applications.
Yeah.
I know it was high. Not that I could ever afford it.
Yeah, it's I was shocked.
Trying to, and here's his website. I know it's Arkansas. Let's see, where was that?
I think it's the White River, ain't it?
I don't remember.
Be wrong about it. I thought.
He is the. This might be old here because this says the Chef at Cypress Cross Duck Club. Is that the name of it?
Lost Bridge Duck Club.
Yeah, Lost Bridge. That's right. Because there's a bridge in the video. Yep, there it is. 3,700 acres. I'll pull it up. 3,700 acres off the White River, Arkansas, and there's Joel right there. 3,700 acres is a lot. So a 3-day hunt. So, and these are limited spots here, so I'm sure they probably already took up. So 3-day hunts, 3 morning duck hunts, lodging meals, and then back and forth from the blind. Some shot shells. Truck must be booked with 2 hunters. A party of 4. If you book 2, you would combine with 2 other hunters. Cost per person $3,300 for 3 days. So
Look at the memory.
Yeah, that's about $1,000 a day. Let's see. I clicked it.
Should have something.
All right, membership levels range from. Here, wait. We got to do the. Where's the? 300,000 to 1.7 million. If you are interested in becoming a membership, please fill out this form and one of our representatives would be in touch. If I had $1 million, I would fly out there. I mean, if that was the case. But yeah, and I mean this lodge. If you go watch the videos of them building it, it is amazing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That doe's still out there. She's looking for that salt block. Would be funny if she like looked at the camera and wrote a note in the dirt, be like, "Hey, I need some salt block out here." Or she get mad and knock my camera off. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But man, that'd be, they put a lot of time and work into it, and there could be a lot of birds still not show up too. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Um, I want to share out again. I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. Um, the ESPN. I started a fantasy football league. I got a couple spots left. It's going to be drawn in 13 days. So if anybody is interested in playing fantasy football, the Huddle Ducks is a league. We're not doing no buy-in payout. It's literally just for fun. So if you're into fantasy football, um, shoot me a message or email, call me something, and I can send that link to you so that uh, I can get you set up for fantasy football. The other thing that I wanted to mention too, the Summerton Duck Festival is in South Carolina. That's right out of Santee, the Sumter area. Uh, that's going to be going on this year, and I think the dates are like October, if I saw that correct. And of course, Facebook wants you to sign in, and I'm not signing in. But yeah, that's going to be coming up. So if you in South Carolina, that's a pretty fun festival. They'll have calling contests. They already got like a fishing tournament and a beauty contest. So be, look them up on Facebook if you in South Carolina. The Summerton Duck Festival. That's about the only duck festival that I know of that goes on in the state of South Carolina.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention this week, update on my wife. I know Jay ain't on Facebook, so he didn't see it. But we finally got to talk to the surgeon, and it was confirmed just stage one. It all looked good, so praise God for that, and I appreciate everybody that has been praying for her and our family. Uh, she ain't out of the woodwork yet because of the surgery, and the surgery is going to be the 29th. So in a week, she's going to have surgery, and he said where the cancer is in the colon, it's going to be down in her pelvis area with all the other female organs. It's a really really tight spot to be working on. Initially, what we were reading in the like my charts, the reports that the hospital has where you can read stuff that gets entered. We were thinking that it was actually bigger than it was, and we read that it was about 7 inches of growth, and we found out that it was only 1 inch. So praise God on that. But they're going to take like an inch and a half below, an inch of, and an inch and a half above. And the problem is the tight area, and then where they had to put the colon back together, they definitely don't want any leakage because then that becomes septic, and septic will get a hold of you and shut your organs down real quick. So um, definitely don't want that. So the surgery is supposed to take 4 hours, um, which is a long time for surgery. So come next Friday, I'm gonna be pretty nervous for 4 hours. So definitely we'll mention
Well,
again. We'll mention again next week, but for sure keep us in prayers. Yeah. So it did not get into any of the lymph nodes, and I think I said that before, maybe like a couple weeks ago when they did the scans. It did not get into any of her lymph nodes, so that was a blessing. It didn't get in her chest, her lungs, none of the lymph nodes up there. They found one little spot on her liver, which even the surgeon said he was like, I don't think it's anything. And it was very interesting to talk to this surgeon because the surgeon was like, hey, we meet as a board, and I mean they got like doctors, the anesthesiologist, there's all kind of people come to this board meeting, and he said absolutely none of them felt like there was anything on this liver that they saw. They saw one little spot. She goes back this Friday to get I think it's a CAT scan. I always get CAT and MRI backwards. I know one's fast and one's bigger. But one of the two scans is Friday to rule out this liver. And he literally said, we're just going to take a picture of it just to rule it out. I want to put it on the back burner and put it to rest. He said, but let's just do it, put it to rest, and never have to worry about it. So other than that, it looks like it's going to be straightforward. He did say when they go in there to take that 1-inch section out, they're going to take the lymph nodes that are surrounding it. And I didn't know nothing about. I mean, I knew what lymph nodes were, and I know your body has a bunch of them. But basically, he said the whole intestine all the way up, the colon all the way up, has lymph nodes all around it, and the lymph nodes are in like little packages around the colon. So when they take that section of colon out, they take that section of lymph nodes out. So once they take them out and get them tested, if there were any cancer in them, then it becomes stage 2 cancer. It's very interesting. Granted, I would have much rather read it on the internet versus my wife or anybody else, but if they would have seen cancer in her lymph nodes from the x-ray, it would have been immediately stage 3. So it's kind of crazy, the stages, and now actually hearing about it. How does stage 1? Well, it was a growth. It didn't protrude out anywhere. It didn't get into any lymph nodes, so that's stage 1. So if they take it out and there's any kind of cancer in them lymph nodes, then it becomes stage 2. Obviously, stage 3 if they would have seen it in the lymph nodes, and obviously stage 4 would have been like all over the body. So at this point, as we're talking now, before surgery, right now their plan is to go take it out, and right now that's all they're doing. We won't know if she has to have any radio like spot treatment until they get the test back from that lymph node. They have not ruled out chemo. It is definitely on he said, the back burner. So that's a good thing. And them spot treating would only be one area versus taking chemo that pretty much kills everything in your body. So that's a good thing. And that was one of the things, because this is the first time we talked to the surgeon since I told y'all, what was that, 3 weeks ago? We haven't talked to any doctors since then, because as soon as my wife read it in the portal that next day, and I'm pretty sure that either that Tuesday or that Wednesday when I came on the live and told everybody that she had cancer, at that point there was no MRIs, there were no CT scans. We were still just in the dark. We didn't know. And after reading them all and then them not starting chemo straight on, it did make it a little bit better. But it's just crazy, all the people. And I don't know if people are just like us now, sharing their personal stuff, or the world of Facebook, YouTube, social media stuff. It just seems like a lot of cancers right now. I mean, it seems like a lot going on. And I remember Jeff saying, and he said it here too, he has stage 3 colon cancer in 2006. And then he said and I got to wait on that other. I don't know if he didn't finish typing, but it says I. But yeah, we have been blessed for sure, with the prayers and people calling and praying. And prayer is a powerful tool. We 100% believe in power of prayer. Yeah, cancer stinks. It does. But yeah, power of prayer is a big thing, and we believe that we serve an awesome God that still performs miracles. He is still in the miracle making business. So that's the update on her. So we got another week. I'll probably talk about it again before next Wednesday. But sound like somebody sneaked up here. Look, I was just talking about you.
Hopefully only good things.
It was all good things. Wait a minute. Before you enter the room, okay. Now you may enter. Oh my goodness. the boat is on lockdown secure. I was just giving them an update.
Yeah, so. Where you get that surgery over with.
Yeah. And look, tonight we had a deer. We had a deer the whole night that is pretty much mad at me because there's no salt block out there. And you know, I was just at Tractor Supply. Well, not at Tractor Supply. I was right beside it, but I could have easily picked up a new salt block. So
well, that means you gotta make a trip.
I need to make a trip and get them a salt block and another mineral block. But I was just giving an update on you. So she's still in good spirits. I'm not crying as much.
No, you hadn't.
So
you've done good.
But you know, we got to get her past this step, get past surgery. She's gonna be down for a little bit. You know, they already said about 6 weeks, and so we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully, no complications, smooth sailing.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. But
at least I get to eat when I wake up.
All right, well, you going back out?
Yeah, I gotta package some orders.
The boat is secure. I mean, you would think when she comes into this room that this boat becomes the Titanic and she's the iceberg. Because, I mean, she just be wrecking havoc up in this room. But, well, you got anything else going on?
No, I'm fixing to have to get out of here. I got to get in the bed because 4:30 will be here before you know it.
So, you told me this week that you went and put your hands on one of the new retays?
Yeah.
Was it 12 or 20?
12. I think 20.
Yeah, them 20s are going to be hard to get right now. I definitely think if you are in the market for a 20 gauge new retay, you will have the opportunity to probably find them somewhere in a store before waterfowl season starts. Maybe not teal season, but definitely traditional waterfowl season. Man, I appreciate you coming on. Oh yeah, stay safe out there. I know. Like I said earlier, Georgia was talking about some storms over in the next couple of days. I think Friday and Saturday for us. So yeah, like me and Jay talked about earlier, get your stuff ready for hurricane season. That's right. Don't be coming to ask me and Jay, hey, sir, you got any bottled water? I might give you a bottle of water.
Probably.
Just one bottle, though. All right, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate that comment, Jeff. So y'all stay safe. And I think that's about all I got to talk about this week. Like I said, this weekend, I know this other video is coming out. There's some shotgun shells coming out, so be on the lookout for some good videos. I do want to say we did cross over into the 24K mark last week. 24,000 subscribers, and I greatly appreciate all of you. And we are now at 24,790 subscribers. We are fixing to kick 25K in the booty. So I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you that come watch this live, either live or watch it the next day or listening to it on the podcast. Man, I've had a blast with this YouTube channel and met some great people. One being the guy in the corner down there. So if you ever want to start a YouTube channel or a podcast, now's the time to do it. So, if I can do it, you can do it. Even Jay could do it. Jay has hosted one time before. He could do it.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all next week. Y'all stay safe. And here's a word from our sponsors. Matthew Knight with Satura Investors out of Charlotte. There's the information. The link to his website is scrolling across the banner down at the bottom, and it's also in the description. Today's episode is about helping business owners and working professionals like you who share a passion for the outdoors shooting sports, zeroing them in to their long-term financial goals. So if you need any information or contact or any other questions, contact Matthew. Also, go check out Salt Creek Ammo. This triple curl TSS is some of the best TSS I have ever shot. This is for waterfowl edition. It's made for waterfowl. So if you're going to shoot a species that you've been chasing for a long time, don't use no cheap ammo. You pay good money to go on a trip. You got great guns. Don't cheap out on cheap ammunition. This TSS is amazing. It's got number 7s, number 8s, and he has number 9s. So go check out saltcreekammo.com. Here you will find any kind of ammo you're looking for. He has custom loads, TSS in 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, low pressure ammunition. You got predator ammunition, turkey ammunition, anything you're looking for, give Keith a call. Also to the channel, Kicks Industries, most people will know them as Kick Chokes, has came on board, and I have done a bunch of series lately on waterfowl choke tubes, turkey choke tubes, deer choke tubes. So go check out Kick's website for all of the chokes that can fit your guns. Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC, has partnered up with the channel. It is your go-to provider for all your hauling needs. They are not just any hauling service. They are an active DOT interstate hotshot hauling provider. Flint Ridge Service, LLC, prides itself in its reliable transportation services. This team ensures that your cargo is delivered safely and on time no matter the distance.